Hello, everyone. I think we are live and good to go. We just had a stream this morning, and now, actually, I think it was exactly like 12 hours later. We're gonna get into our last stream of the day. But before we do, wanted to talk about real quick how there was a few matches in between the one between Judas and KO. And I thought I'd, go ahead and call it out since we weren't able to cover them on stream. Legionnaire and Chase Draco, who Chase Draco was not, he had a bye last week, so he hasn't played yet, but he just played Legionnaire. Legionnaire won that round, so now Legionnaire is at 2-0, and Chase Draco is at 1-1. And then we had Bosnian Bones, or Ebby, versus Greece, and that ended with Greece winning, so Greece is at 1-1, and Ebby is at 0-2 currently, so just wanted to go ahead and shout those matches out since we weren't able to officially cover them on stream. So far, this is the only stream match that we have planned for the rest of this week too, but who knows? We will see if we get any more. But you know what? Let's get on into it. Today's match is against Sly Snivy and Gromp. We did see Sly Snivy on this stream a few days ago, and it was really cool. He did end up winning, so both players are at a record of 1-0, and we're going to see who wins. So, starting with team preview, as usual. First, we got Sly Snivy. We did see, like I said before, we saw his team. We saw that Contrary Superior with the Leaf Storm and the Substitute, Chi-Yu. We have the Tornadus, Standard Tornadus Prankster set, Citrus Berry with Terra Ghost. Oh, and the interesting thing about his is it has really good combo with his Sun style team. So it has Sunny Day in case Ninetales isn't able to get in or he wants to bring it in later. We also have that signature, actually 3 signature Pokemon, if we're not counting Superior, that would make 4, but we have Walking Wake, that's going to get stronger in the sunlight. Great Tusk, I had a brain fart for a second, but yes, Great Tusk, with that photosynthesis as well. And then we have Ninetales with Drought, of course, and the Heat Rock to extend the duration of the sun. I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, we did not get to see Ninetales a lot. I feel like Snivy won his set very cleanly, his last match very cleanly. So I'm wondering if we'll get to see it in action. But moving on to Gromp, who we have not gotten to see live yet, but I think his team is very interesting as well. In addition to Sly, he also has several signature Pokemon, separate from anything that anyone else is using. Surprisingly, we have Sinistcha and Murkrow. I feel like they have been proven to be very good. And even Galarian Moltres has been proven to be good. I feel like it's just more niche, so I understand that it's the only Galarian Moltres in the tournament. But here we have Sinistcha and Murkrow, and this team is very cool because it has dual speed control. It has 2 Trickier users in Diancie and Sinistcha, and it also has a Tailwind user in Murkrow. So, I think Gromp's going to be able to kind of manipulate the speed control to whatever he needs, whereas Sly's just going to be able to operate in Tailwind, and that's it. And additionally, you'll notice that Gromp's Raging Bolt, it has photosynthesis, obviously, but it is not holding a booster energy. So in this, Sly's actually, if he wants to make his main Sun strategy work, he's actually going to be able to help Gromp get that Raging Bolt with the photosynthesis, even though it's holding the Assault Vest. And we also got the Sinistcha for additional healing. It can heal itself with Gotcha. It can heal its teammates with Life Dew, Hospitality. It can redirect with Rage Powder. I feel like he has a very good mix of support and offense. It also has the Iron Hands with Clear Amulet to prevent stat drops. And I'm interested to see how these players decide to play the Speed War here. And I'm interested especially with how Sly's going to navigate his weather. Is he going to lead Tornadus and get Sunny Day up? Or is he going to lead Ninetales, get Drought up? I'm just very curious to see, and I'm curious to see the interaction with the Raging Bull as well. So that is our team preview. I'm very excited to see this set, but we are not getting started right away. We still have roughly 8 minutes till we get started, so we're just gonna take a quick break, and I will be back once that match is up. Hello. I see that some people are getting in here. I think we're still waiting for them to get the room up, but I think there's a lot of people excited. Let's hope that my showdown is not laggy, because this morning when I was trying to stream it, it was insanely laggy. But that was because my dorm Wi-Fi was being weird as per usual, so here's hoping it's better this time around. Okay, looks like room is up. I'm gonna join it real quick and we'll be on our way. Okay, here we go. Whew. Okay. I'm very interested to see these leads because We've got 2 Prankster Tailwind users, but we also have, on the other side, one person who could potentially set up Trick Room. And if one person goes for Tailwind and one person goes for Trick Room, the person with Trick Room is going to have the advantage here. So, I think, honestly, I'm just curious to see what Sly's strategy is here going in. And if he leads with Sun or not, considering it's pivotal. Well, Leah, what do you think about Diancie being your child? Oh, we're just waiting. Okay. He does go immediately for Sun with Walking Wake. And it looks like Gromp is not going for any of his speed control this time around, but neither is Sly here. So we're going to start with a mostly speed, but that Walking Wake does get the photosynthesis speed boost in the Sun. It's also going to have that, but then again, Raging Bolt has that Thunderclap priority active. So if Sly wants to predict that, he could go into something like Superior, which would resist that. Or, even better, Great Tusk. Ninetales could also choose to go for a Will-O-Wisp here in order to shut down that Iron Hands. He decides to go for a defensive play. Okay, correctly predicts the Fake Out. Will-O-Wisp does miss though, and Snarl is just going to come out and lower the special attack of that Ninetales. So overall, a pretty uneventful turn, although that special attack drop might come to bite him later. And the Will-O-Wisp miss is always unfortunate, but always a possibility. Great Tusk comes in. He was predicting the electric type move. But Murkrow also comes in. Will-O-Wisp finally hits, but on Murkrow that's... Okay. Gromp said, I don't care if you're predicting the electric type attack. Draco Meteor is going to take you out. So, the Great Tusk switch was unfortunately nullified by that Draco Meteor call. Burn is definitely better here on Murkrow than it is on Iron Hands because it's not going to have any, like, physical attack moves that are hurt by that. The Superior comes in here. It is going to be threatening Dragon Pulse onto Raging Bolt, whereas the Raging Bolt can't threaten Dragon-type moves back to it unless Superior decides to Terra. But I don't really see a world in which that would be helpful unless you wanted to get Stab on the Dragon Pulse. So Moltres decides to switch in here. Taunt goes in. Superior can no longer use Substitute. So Sly was considering going for Substitute and making a more defensive play here, but Gromp correctly called that. And then Weather Ball does a little bit of chip damage. It is powered up by the Sun, but with that special attack drop, it's not going to do too much. Although the burn can definitely start adding up here. I could see where if Weather Ball comes out, burn chip damage could possibly take the Murkrow out. And I guess it's, does Sly think that Gromp's going to go for a Tailwind here? Or, depending on what Pokemon he's planning on bringing in the back, it could be useful for him to go to Trick Room, but Okay, Tornadus does come out. Chiyu as well, double switch for Sly. Tailwind, he sets up his own Tailwind and gets a nasty plot. Really punishing that defensive play because he basically took no damage and was able to get a special attack, a huge special attack boost from that. And that Moltres is becoming really threatening now. With Prankster, Murkrow could just as easily use Taunt and just say no to the Tornadus' own Tailwind. So Gromp appears to be in the driver's seat right now. He's got that special attack boost, he's got Taunt active, Prankster active. Whereas Sly has to predictably call out, okay, is he going to Taunt or not in order to use Tailwind? And although Chiyu's moves are boosted in the sun, since Galar Montrose is already a fire type, Murkrow's going to take damage, but I feel like Murkrow has been carrying a lot of weight already here. Soaked up a lot of hits, and it's been very useful with Taunt and Tailwind. So it does go for Taunt. Let's see if Sly predicted the Taunt or not. Air Slash, okay, it does not matter. That special attack is really, you can see that where that special attack boost is being effective. Gromp's Pokemon took damage, but he is still holding strong. So welcome, wait, come back and get that speed boost. But is it going to be fast enough to outspeed? It could definitely take out either Pokemon. Obviously, the #1 public enemy here is the Galar Moltres. But does Sly want to try to wait out the Tailwind, or does he think that he can outspeed? Serpira comes back in, Raging Bolt switches in for Murkrow, and it just makes a defensive play. Okay, so he did go for Hydro Steam. Although now, I think Gromp did a really good call there, because now that Raging Bolt is threatening the Priority Thunderclap on the Walking Wake. Speed is ignored. And then does the Serperior want to... I feel like in this moment, I don't know if you would want to get a substitute up this late in when you have 2 down, or if you would just want to go straight on the offense. And neither players use their Terra yet. I think Sly's going to need a really powerful offensive play here to get back in. Gromp has been doing a really good job at managing his resources and pivoting the type advantages to his favor. Okay, so we do see the Terra Fairy comes out, finally takes out, and that was a really good call on Sly's part. We got the Terra Fairy to be completely immune to the Draco Meteor. He called out it wasn't going to go for Thunderclap. There is 1 turn left of Sun, but if Sly wants to get it back in, he does still have that Ninetales up. Even though Tornadus is gone, he's got that Ninetales. But he's still threatening Thunderclap, but at least it's not Stab now. And that Terra Fairy, I can see. Okay, so he goes for a defensive play, Protect, correctly calls out Fake Out again, Substitute comes out. And that was actually a really great play for him, because now he's got Substitute set up. He also has Terra Fairy. I think this is the kind of play that has the potential to get him back in here. Both Dragon types against that Raging Bolt, but not taking super effective damage back from the Raging Bolt. That's a good situation that you want to be in. So hopefully, it looks like on my side the Showdown is running fine. Hopefully it is for everyone else. Okay, he does get that Sun back up right away. Photosynthesis activates. Gromp goes for his own Terra Fairy. Unfortunately misses the Leaf Storm. Thunderbolt comes out, and he does get a Sword Stance up. So now he has Photosynthesis boost on Raging Bolt and a attack boost on. So he is boosted up. Okay. Leaf Storm comes out, special attacks raised sharply. Ninetales copies with Psych Up. So now Sly has boosted Pokemon as well, but the Ice Punch comes out once the substitute has been broken, takes out Serperior. Sly's down to 3 Pokemon now, but he does have that boosted Ninetales with Weather Ball in the sun. So 2 fire types. Although Gromp does have Diancie in the back here. He brings in Murkrow. Heat Wave comes out. Ooh, takes out the Murkrow. Almost takes out the Iron Hands. Baton Pass into Walking Wake. So the Walking Wake has special attack boost, plus the Photosynthesis special attack boost. Ooh, he's in a tough situation here, but he's got that really fast Walking Wake. Gromp currently does not have Tailwind up. Now, it does have Thunderclap, but it's not going to be super effective here, so... Does Gromp want to wager that Thunderclap KO? Or does he just think, there's only 2? You know, I have 4. I can stall it out. I can take them out. I don't know. It's getting closer than I thought it would be here. Sly has made some really great plays in the last few turns to get himself back in the game. Sinistcha comes back in to heal Raging Bolt with Hospitality. Thunderclap, so he does go for Thunderclap. Hydro Steam comes out, KO's Raging Bolt. Weather Ball comes out, does super effective damage against Sinistcha, but it heals back up to about half with that Citrus Berry. Whew, it is so close. Iron Hands is coming out. Fake Out's active again, but Sly's going to have to call this. Is he going into Walking Wake for the 3rd time, or is he going to go into Ninetales here? Walking Wake is more threatening, but if Sly just guesses the pattern right, he can just negate that. But also, Sinistcha has the option to get Trick Room up here. Didn't even consider that. If Sly decides to play defensive, he's kind of in a pin here. Because you could get Trick Room up, then Diancie comes in, Diamond Storm. It's honestly going to be Sly's call here about if he wants to play defensive or offensively here. So he does go for Protect, predicting to figure out, but he goes for Rage Powder instead of Trick Room. Goes down. Drain Punch, he didn't go for Fake Out, he bluffed. Ninetales goes down, it is just Walking Wake. 3 turns left in the sun. Diancie and Iron Hands. This is a very close set. Wow. I mean, I do believe that Walking Wake could take Diancie out with Hydro Steam. The problem is the Iron Hands, basically any hit from this range is going to take Walking Wake out. But I think the last few turns, Sly's made a lot of great calls. Just predicting Gromp's move. But overall, Gromp has been really good at making calls. Okay, so the Hydro Steam does KO the Diancie. Let's see. Drain Punch comes out. Just barely KOs Walking Wake. That was a crazy close set. That was just a great game from both players. Like, 2 very strong players. And I think we got to see just like... So we did get to see like the Tailwind. Got to see like the guessing game. I think my favorite part of that whole match was when Sly decided to tear to Fairy, and that just changed the matchups. And I think that like almost got him into the game. I feel like if Gromp had just one last Pokemon before that happened, I think Sly could have won. But like, just great showing on both teams, and yeah, great job, you guys.